Over 60? Listen carefully. What if I told you that Japanese elders, some in their 80s and even 90s, move their bodies with the grace and strength of people half their age? What if the secret to their long, healthy, and flexible lives isn't hidden in expensive gyms, supplements, or complicated machines, but in 6 simple movements they practice every single day? Before we dive into these Japanese longevity secrets, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Because here, we bring you life-changing health tips, senior wellness wisdom, and global traditions that can transform the way you age. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Japan is home to some of the world's oldest people. The country has entire communities of centenarians, men and women living beyond 100 years, many of whom remain active, independent, and mobile well into their later years. When researchers ask why, the answers are consistent. It's not just about what they eat or the health care they receive, but also how they move their bodies every single day. Unlike in many parts of the world, where seniors slow down dramatically after retirement, Japanese elders have a cultural belief in ikigai, a reason to get up every morning. Part of that purpose comes from maintaining physical activity, not through harsh workouts, but through simple, consistent, mindful movements. These movements keep their joints supple, their balance sharp, and their muscles strong enough to prevent falls, which is one of the biggest risks for seniors worldwide. After 60, the human body undergoes natural changes. Muscle mass decreases, bones become more fragile, flexibility declines, and balance weakens. But science shows that daily movement can slow down, even reverse, many of these changes. What makes Japanese elders unique is that they don't treat movement as exercise in the Western sense. Instead, they weave it into their everyday life as rituals. Gentle stretches, balance drills, breathing exercises, and mindful postures. Over time, these 6 movements become a shield against aging, giving them the ability to walk without pain, bend without stiffness, and maintain independence far longer than the global average. One of the most popular and enduring practices is something every Japanese child learns in school, and every elder continues to practice in later life. Radio Taiso. Radio Taiso, which translates as radio calisthenics, began in the 1920s when the Japanese government, inspired by American health programs, introduced nationwide morning exercise routines broadcast over the radio. These routines were short, simple, and designed so anyone, children, workers, or elders, could do them in just a few minutes. The tradition stuck. To this day, in parks across Japan, groups of seniors gather in the morning to perform Radio Taiso together. The movements involve stretching the arms wide, bending gently at the waist, twisting the torso, lifting the heels, and swinging the arms. They are rhythmic, low impact, and flow with the music of the broadcast. For an elder over 60, these movements are nothing short of magic. They improve circulation by getting blood flowing gently after sleep. They keep joints lubricated and prevent stiffness. They work the shoulders, hips, knees, and spine without strain, and they stimulate balance by asking the body to move in multiple directions. Scientific studies on Radio Taiso show that seniors who perform it daily maintain better mobility, lower risk of falls, and higher cardiovascular fitness compared to those who do not. The beauty lies in its accessibility. You don't need equipment. You don't need a gym. You don't even need perfect health. You just need a few minutes every day and the willingness to move with your body instead of against it. Imagine starting your day at 75 by stretching with your neighbors, laughing together, and feeling your muscles wake up. This is what Japanese elders do, and it's a huge reason why they stay strong and flexible far longer than expected. Another daily movement deeply rooted in Japanese culture is the natural squat. Unlike in many Western countries where chairs dominate every aspect of life, Japanese elders often sit on the floor for meals, tea ceremonies, or simply resting. This habit requires them to squat down and rise back up several times a day, which unknowingly trains the thighs, hips, knees, and core muscles. While for many people over 60 in other parts of the world squatting feels impossible or dangerous, for Japanese elders it is simply a natural part of life. Scientists have noted that squatting is one of the most functional movements the human body can perform. It strengthens the largest muscles of the legs, supports the hips, and protects the spine. For seniors, maintaining the ability to squat means maintaining the ability to sit, rise, and move independently without relying on support. Every time an elder lowers themselves gracefully to the tatami mat and rises again, they are training muscles that prevent frailty. Beyond the physical benefits, this movement also maintains flexibility in the ankle joints, which are crucial for balance. Loss of ankle mobility is one of the earliest signs of fall risk in seniors, but Japanese elders slow this decline by practicing natural squats almost daily. The Western world often views squatting as something athletic, connected to gyms or weights, but in Japan it is a lifestyle. That lifestyle translates into better bone health, stronger muscles, and a graceful, fluid way of moving, even at 80 or 90 years old. Another essential Japanese movement that protects seniors from the dangers of aging is balance training. Balance is often underestimated until it is lost, but it is one of the most important skills for independence. Falls are a leading cause of injury and loss of mobility after 60, often resulting in broken hips or long hospital stays. Japanese elders understand this risk deeply, and their traditions include small daily practices that sharpen balance. One of the most common is standing on one leg, a deceptively simple but powerful exercise. Elders practice lifting one foot slightly off the ground and holding the position, sometimes while brushing their teeth, sometimes while waiting for the kettle to boil. Research shows that the ability to balance on one leg is directly linked with longevity and brain health. Seniors who can maintain balance for longer than a few seconds are far less likely to suffer strokes, dementia, or fatal falls. For Japanese elders, it is not about standing like a statue, but about training the tiny stabilizing muscles in the ankles, knees, and hips, while also engaging the mind. In fact, balance training has been shown to stimulate neural pathways, keeping the brain active. By weaving balance practice into ordinary moments of the day, Japanese seniors maintain a safety net against the most dangerous threat of old age, falling. But balance does not exist in isolation. It connects with posture and breathing. Japanese elders often combine balance practice with mindful breathing exercises rooted in traditions like Zen meditation and martial arts such as Tai Chi and Aikido. Breathing deeply into the belly, expanding the diaphragm, and exhaling slowly while holding a gentle stance not only calms the nervous system, but also oxygenates the blood and strengthens the core. For people over 60, deep breathing combined with movement is far more than relaxation. It is medicine. It lowers blood pressure, reduces stress hormones, improves lung function, and increases energy levels. In Okinawa, a region of Japan famous for its long-lived population, elders practice a ritual of slow breathing and stretching every morning. They believe it cleanses the mind and awakens the body. Science confirms that controlled breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, a key part of the nervous system that controls heart rate, digestion, and immune function. By practicing mindful breathing with movement, Japanese elders create resilience, not just in their muscles, but in their entire physiology. The spine and hips also play a central role in Japanese daily movement. Western seniors often complain of lower back pain, stiffness, or arthritis. In contrast, Japanese elders incorporate gentle spinal rotations and hip mobility exercises into their daily routines. Movements such as slow torso twists, hip circles, and bending forward while keeping the back straight are commonly seen during group exercise in parks or community centers. These movements nourish the spine by moving it in multiple directions, preventing stiffness and promoting the flow of synovial fluid in the joints. Healthy hips and spine mean greater ability to walk, bend, and turn without pain. This is why many Japanese elders in their 80s can still tend their gardens, walk up steps, or carry groceries with relative ease. Instead of allowing the spine to stiffen with age, they consciously keep it mobile through simple, repetitive daily exercises. Equally important is the practice of ending the day with relaxation-based movement. Unlike in many cultures where exercise is considered something intense and exhausting, Japanese elders view movement as a cycle of activation and release. After practicing stretches, squats, balance drills, and breathing, they often spend time winding down with gentle movements designed to relax the nervous system and prepare the body for rest. These can include lying on a tatami mat and stretching the arms overhead, performing slow shoulder rolls, or practicing a calming sequence of deep breathing while rocking the body gently. This ritual reduces muscle tension, aids digestion, and promotes better sleep. Good sleep is one of the most underrated factors in healthy aging, and Japanese elders respect it as much as their waking movements. The result is a balanced body and mind, where activity and rest are harmonized. Together, these 6 movements form the foundation of Japanese longevity. They are not extreme workouts. They are not complicated programs. They are simple, sustainable, and deeply woven into daily life. Stretching through Radio Taiso awakens the body. Natural squatting strengthens the legs and hips. Balance drills prevent falls. Breathing exercises calm the mind and energize the body. Spinal and hip mobility keep joints pain-free. Relaxation rituals prepare the body for deep sleep and recovery. What makes them powerful is consistency. Japanese elders don't perform them once a week or once a month. They perform them every single day, as naturally as eating, drinking, or greeting a neighbor. And this consistency is what keeps them mobile, flexible, and independent long into old age. In Japan, these movements are not treated as optional add-ons to life. They are seen as a necessary part of maintaining dignity and independence in old age. There is a saying among Japanese elders that if you can bend, breathe, and balance, you can live without becoming a burden to others. This philosophy is deeply ingrained in their daily choices. Imagine an 85-year-old woman in Okinawa who begins her morning with Radio Taiso, flows into a squat as she prepares her breakfast on a low table, steadies herself with balance practice while hanging her laundry, breathes deeply while sipping green tea, twists her spine while tending her small vegetable garden, and finally relaxes her body with gentle stretching before bed. She does not think of these as exercises, but as natural parts of living. And yet, these habits protect her from the frailty that so many elders in other parts of the world experience. Researchers who visit Japanese elders often remark on how supple and upright their postures remain even into advanced age. Their shoulders are not slumped, their steps are light, and their eyes remain alert. This is not the product of expensive treatments, but of daily movements passed down from generation to generation. From a scientific perspective, these movements address the very root causes of decline in aging bodies. One of the most serious conditions seniors face is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. By incorporating squats and daily functional movements, Japanese elders slow this process dramatically, ensuring they maintain muscle tissue into their 70s and 80s. Another common challenge is osteoporosis, the weakening of bones. Weight-bearing movements like squatting and balancing on one leg stimulate bone remodeling, strengthening the skeleton naturally. The spine, often a site of chronic pain for older adults, benefits from rotations and gentle stretches that maintain flexibility of the vertebral joints. The nervous system, which governs coordination and reaction times, remains sharp through the constant demands of balance training. Even the cardiovascular system benefits from radio-taiso and breathing exercises, which elevate the heart rate gently while improving oxygen flow. These are not extreme workouts designed for youth. They are carefully balanced routines that harmonize with the needs of an aging body. What makes Japanese elders stand out is not just the practice of these movements, but the consistency with which they perform them. A Western senior might join a yoga class once a week or walk a few times a month, but Japanese elders integrate their movements daily, sometimes multiple times a day. This frequency matters because the body responds best to regular, repeated stimulation. Joints that move every morning stay lubricated. Muscles that are challenged daily maintain their strength. The brain that is required to focus on balanced tasks every day stays sharp. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns simple movements into powerful tools of longevity. Another fascinating aspect is how Japanese elders link these movements with community. Many do not practice alone. In the mornings, parks and courtyards fill with seniors performing radio taiso together. They clap their hands, stretch their arms, and bend in rhythm, smiling and laughing with their neighbors. This social aspect has a double benefit. First, it makes exercise enjoyable and sustainable, since people are more likely to continue habits when they are shared. Second, it provides emotional connection, reducing loneliness and depression, which are major threats to health in older age. Studies have found that Japanese elders who participate in group exercises not only live longer, but also report higher levels of happiness. Movement is not just a physical practice, it is a social glue that keeps communities strong. Even diet and movement are intertwined in Japan. Elders eat meals rich in vegetables, fish, soy, and green tea, but they also eat them in ways that encourage mobility. Sitting at low tables means bending and squatting. Serving small dishes means reaching, twisting, and extending. Gardening for fresh produce means bending, squatting, and carrying light loads. The environment is structured so that movement is unavoidable. Instead of relying on chairs, elevators, or remote controls, Japanese elders maintain habits that naturally integrate physical activity into their day. This is why they do not need gyms or structured fitness programs. Their daily lives are their workouts, and their culture ensures they stay active without effort. Perhaps the most inspiring part of observing Japanese elders is their attitude toward aging itself. In many cultures, aging is viewed as decline, a process of losing strength and dignity. In Japan, aging is seen as an achievement, a stage of wisdom, and the body is cared for as a precious vessel that deserves daily attention. This mindset transforms movement from a chore into a ritual of respect. Each stretch, each breath, each squat is an act of honoring the body for carrying them through decades of life. This respect prevents neglect, and that prevention is why they live longer, healthier, and happier. For people watching this video, especially those over 60, the lesson is clear. You do not need to be Japanese to benefit from these movements. You do not need a tatami mat or a community park. What you need is a mindset of consistency and respect for your body. Start with one movement. Stretch your arms wide in the morning. Try sitting lower once a day. Stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. Breathe deeply before bed. These small steps build into powerful habits. Over weeks and months, your joints will loosen, your balance will sharpen, and your energy will rise. Over years, you will find yourself defying expectations of what aging means. Like Japanese elders, you can remain flexible, strong, and dignified far beyond what modern society assumes is possible. Aging is not something we can stop, but it is something we can shape. The Japanese elders remind us every day that growing older does not have to mean becoming weaker or losing independence. Through 6 simple movements, stretching, squatting, wansing, breathing, moving the spine and hips, and relaxing, they demonstrate that strength and flexibility are not privileges of the young, but rewards for those who remain consistent. What makes their approach so powerful is not complexity, it is simplicity. They do not chase extreme routines. They embrace daily rituals that keep them moving with ease, dignity, and joy. For anyone over 60, the message could not be clearer. It is never too late to start. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't even need long hours. What you need is commitment to a few minutes each day. The same way Japanese elders gather in parks or move naturally through their homes, you can integrate these movements into your daily life. Stand tall and breathe deeply each morning. Let your legs feel the strength of a squat. Test your balance while brushing your teeth. Give your spine the gift of gentle twists, and let your body rest with calm stretches before bed. Each action is small, but together they build resilience, energy, and health. Imagine yourself 10 years from now, still able to walk confidently, bend without pain, breathe with strength, and sleep peacefully. Imagine being independent, joyful, and active in your 70s or 80s, just like the elders in Okinawa who still garden, dance, and play with grandchildren. This is not a distant dream. It is a choice made today. And every choice compounds into the life you will live tomorrow. If the Japanese can live with such grace into their 90s, you can too. Begin today with one movement, and tomorrow with another, until it becomes part of who you are. If you found this message inspiring, remember to subscribe to our channel. We share powerful senior health tips and global traditions that can transform the way you age. By subscribing, you join a community that believes aging is not decline, but strength in a new form. Take this wisdom from Japanese elders, honor your body with movement, and carry it into every day ahead. Because strong, flexible, and vibrant aging is not just for them, it is for you.